Welcome to the stream. Today we are going to make some blueprints and scale some things up. Yesterday we created a new aluminum plant, a slightly scaled up version of what we had before. Well, we actually did change it quite a bit. We're using the electrode scrap recipe. Just zoom on over there real quick. And we're using recycled water, and then this one little tiny water extractor. And let's just have a quick peek at how we're doing. This was the pesky one here, looking good, running at 100%. It was like 97 or something when I checked it yesterday. And then these guys here, well, let's look at this number over here first. That is the number we like to see, 780 on that belt. That's a full belt. That's the fastest belt we have right now. So we are taking 780 bauxite over here, and that thing's running full speed, which is what we want to see. And then we're getting just a little bit of crude from this 78 per minute. This is a impure. And then this is pure bauxite. We're not actually running this copper at the moment. But it did take quite a bit of fiddling to get this balanced perfectly so that the recycled water goes back in and gets reused along with the additional water that we're getting from that single water extractor over there. But it seems to be in balance now, and it's working. You know, the thing is, you need to make sure that the amount of water in this pipe, this recycled pipe, is not too much, because if it's too much, then these guys will block. And, you know, when that number goes up, I start to get nervous. It's going up right now. It's making me nervous. But usually how I balance it is just keep throwing this water away into the trash until it comes into balance. I'm not even going to look at that anymore because I don't want it to. I don't want to see it fill up. But what we want to do now, it's actually pretty fun to build, but there's just kind of a lot of, little changes that we got to do to make it work and keep tweaking it. So we want to scale this. And I was kind of looking at it, and it seems like the best way, we actually are using blueprints, but like this is heavy oil residue, which is, I think we didn't really make any changes from the blueprint we had, but then we used that same blueprint for a couple of these, and we made another new blueprint for this guy out here, which has 2 inputs and 2 outputs. But what we could do is we could use this one, and in this case there's 2. So there's one of those, that's the heavy oil, this is petroleum coke, this is a sloppy alumina, and then this is the electrode aluminum scrap. So what we could do is put all 4 of these into a single blueprint. Now this one has twice as many as those, and we can only fit 4 in a blueprint, so we can just either underclock these 3, or we could overclock this one. We could put one that's double, but I think the better way to go, because we are doing 2x power, is to leave this at the same clock rate and then half the clock rate of these. So what is the clock rate on this? This is at 65 right now. This is at 97.5. This one's 65. And this one is 65 as well. So at least they're all nice round numbers. There's none of this, weird 33.33334 type numbers. They're all nice and even. The other thing that's a little bit fiddly about this, obviously, is getting this recycling solved. So we might do something differently. Like, for example, this one is 68.25 is the output, 0.25. And so if we, actually, we will probably leave that clock just like that, 68.25. So let's go look at our modeler. Yeah, this is actually what brought all this up. We did get our aluminum up to 780 yesterday, aluminum ingots, but I was looking at the modeler and thinking what we're going to do for the rest of this stuff, and I'm thinking, just looking at the numbers and what we currently have available to us, like we're not using computers at all, but we currently have 15 crystal oscillators. Oh yeah, here we're using the computers right here. So we are making 30 computers a minute right now. So that would make, 15 is a reasonable number to make out of that. But we also need, it's a little bit hard to read because it's a little spaghetti here. Another 15 for our turbo motors if we wanted to do 7.5 of those. And anyway, basically it came out, yeah, it looks like 7.5 is a pretty good number for heated, fuse frames, supercomputers, and turbo motors. And if we wanted to do that, it ends up that we need at least double of what we currently have, or about double of what we currently have of aluminum ingots. Motors, we're actually making 25 right now, so we're pretty close on that. And then rubber, we're a little bit shy. I think we're making 450. But we do have a bunch of polymer that we're sinking, so we could, increase our rubber production. Anyway, bottom line is, yeah, we need more aluminum, and let's go over here into this one. And then I just have a bunch of different ways of creating aluminum. This is the one that we're using right now. So what we could do is, let's copy this. And I probably should have done this before the stream, but whatever. So yeah, let me just check what our clocks are on these, and then we'll set that up. And I think this was 65. Yep, that one's 65. This one is 65, and this one is 97.5. So let's do that. First, we'll just change the clocking. This one to 65%. And this one also. And then this one was 97.5, so that's the sloppy alumina, is 97.5. 97.5. Hey Bilbo, your aluminum is your favorite? Arsenal fan. I'm right in the middle of early aluminum with a seized up line due to fluid handling. Yeah, classic. The easiest way to deal with that is just to make wet concrete and sink it. I chose to do the recycling route. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm getting at with this is, when I'm going to make a blueprint for this to try to simplify all the plumbing. There's two different things you could do. One is, just sink it, by making a pure iron or wet concrete or one of these recipes that uses it. or you could use it in another production line that needs water, or you could try to recycle. But I think that if you can figure out the exact right amount to pre-fill your recycle pipe with, that actually probably would work. And yeah, it's one of the things I was thinking about. Don't haven't actually tested the theory, but I do believe that probably will work. Anyway, so here we're at 3.9 for all of these. This one, I think this one was also at 65. Let's go check real quick. Yep, 65 for this one. This number is actually still 780. Yeah, I'm not sure how to make that work. Well, anyway, let's actually do it like this. Copy this. And this one. This one. What are we missing here? Oh, we got 2 of these. We don't need this. I delete this one. Okay, so crude into Coke. We need the scrap recipe right here. And this one has numbers assigned to it somewhere, so let's get rid of those. There we go. Same thing here. Okay, then this goes here. So, heavy oil residue. Well, first of all, let's see. What was it? 78? 78 divided by 4 is 19.5. So we're going to have 19.5 coming in here. And that will basically tell us everything else we need. This goes here. This one will go in here. So 195 bauxite. And this one we can double it, or we could half everything else to get this thing to balance. So let's actually go with halving everything else. So 195 divided by 2. Oops. So 97.5. 97.5. Okay. Cool. So I'm liking this right here. Let's see, 65. So then we need to do 65 divided by 2, because these are all yeah, we want to make this one. Let's just make this 97.5, and that will solve all of our problems. Will it? So what we want is these at 65%. So this would be 130. But we want this to actually be 1. And I guess this one's 195 is what we really need. 195. Should have done this off camera, I guess, huh? Yeah, so 195. This will give us 1, and then all of these are at half. That's exactly what we want. Yeah. Anyway, this tells us our numbers, so we need, let's do one more calculation here. So we can get, out of a pure bauxite, we can get 780. So let's switch back here. We don't need to be looking at that anymore. So we can get 780 because that's our fastest belt. We have Mark III miners now, so and what do we need? 95.7 or 97.5? 97.5. Eight. Perfect. Nice. So we could run 8 of these blueprints from a single pure node. Beautiful. Our numbers are exactly the way we like them, nice and round. Can't get much more round than 8. All right. I want to clean up this wiring situation here real quick. This wire does nothing. Those we can't mess with. This one we can connect here and then get rid of this. And then we don't need this. And this one will connect to here. And we can get rid of this. And let's put down a blueprint. In the way. Okay. Now we're just going to copy those machines into here, and 4 will definitely fit. So we'll start with this one and put this is our console over here. I like to always operate with console in mind. So yeah, that's our first one. And we're going to set the clock speed half on this one. So half of 65 is what? 325? 32.5. I get it. 32.5. All right. And then, yeah, we don't really want to copy those settings, so we're not going to use it anymore. Then we'll grab one of these and we'll rotate it around the other way so that we can just feed the outputs from that right into this one. Same thing with this guy. 32.5. And so, yeah, the whole point here is it did take me quite a while to, you know, do all the pipes and stuff. It's fun and it looks nice, I think, and, you know, that's actually enjoyable, but I need to scale up and I don't want to do all that tweaking over and over again. So let's just see if we can take out some of that work. I'll go ahead and do this one here too. So this one's 97.5. 97.5 divided by 2, 48.75. $48.75. Yeah, so these numbers are all looking good and nice and even. Okay, last one. And now this one we don't have to underclock because well, it's already underclocked. It should be to 65 right now. Currently, one of each of these is serving 2 of these. So since we made those 50% of what they were, then we just need one of these. And I don't even need to change anything on this one. Cool. So now we just need to plumb the thing. So this one is oil in. So crude in right there. Yeah, well, might put a floor on this later. It doesn't matter for now. Actually, let me just go ahead and I guess this is going to go into modular factories. Do we have an aluminum section? I don't think we do. Aluminum. Okay. And then this is just going to be we'll call it electrode scrap because that's what we're going to be making with it. And use the scrap icon. Okay. Yeah, so now we need to start plumbing. So the output of this is going to have polymer resin. I think maybe I should put it on a foundation right away. Let's do that. So clear. This is called electrode scrap. We're going to grab a foundation. Okay, and then we'll just load that same blueprint up. And then we just need to change this name, electrode scrap. Press tab and save it over the other one. So now we just overwrote that existing blueprint with this new version that has the flooring on it. And the reason why I want the flooring there is because I'm going to put the floor holes in. So we're just gonna send this down right away because we're not going to deal with it in this build, so we'll just pretend like it disappears right there. Okay, now the output of this is heavy oil residue. And we are not going to build up at all. Make this straight. Go into there. Let's get rid of this. And we like purple. Okay, and then this guy, that's all he needs. And he has petroleum coke coming out right here, and we need it to go in here. No, we need the petroleum coke to go in here. And the sloppy alumina to go in there as well. So let's just do the sloppy alumina. And this has no output. Oh, wait. We gotta do it from this side over here. Yeah, so it's only got the one output. And just to keep things nice, where was it? Right here, probably? Get our paintbrush. Okay. And yeah, so we do have a little bit of an issue. Our petroleum coke's going out that way, and we needed to bring it in. Hey, Arson fan, chat with you later, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna keep streaming. All my streams are on VOD on YouTube, so if you want to catch up, go for it. Appreciate the chats. So how are we going to get that over here? I mean, we could go over the top. The problem, we could go underneath also, but if we do that, then we have to do some external wiring. We could lift this whole thing up and add that, which would probably be the smart thing to do. Anyway, let's keep going. Because there's no room to go around the sides. Yeah, I kind of want to go under. So let's do this. This one here. So this is going to be our bauxite input. And then water we can use. You know, I don't know how well these pipeline floor holes work. They used to be wonky, but I'm not sure if they're good or not now. I mean, that looks fine. Let's paint that with water. And I don't really have a color for bauxite, so I just leave it the normal. Okay. So let's just put a floor hole in for this. We got lots of vertical space, so we can definitely take it up a little bit. And then the other floor hole right here. And this is going to be coke. And I don't know if we should attempt to recycle or not. How much water are we going to get? We're going to have 68.25 water left. And we need 97.5 water. This is our coke. Yeah, let's paint that black. Alright, let's save this. Clear it. Load it back up. Oops. And we'll raise it up. How high can we go? I guess the question is, how low can we go? We want to... I mean, I could do a subfloor, I guess. Can I squeeze in here? I could squeeze in here. Yeah, let's try this. And so... Did I get this backwards? Yeah, I did. Do that again. This way we want it. I think it was on 3. Cool. So this is our Coke output here. And then our Coke input is right here. Okay, so I really like this idea of having this little mini subfloor, and then that way we can have just some, you know, maybe we should have raised it up just a little bit higher so we can fit a wall piece there. We just need bauxite, water, and crude. Let's see what we have for walls. I mean, we have the one conveyor hole. So I guess we'll just use a regular, we get 4-meter wall in there? Oh, that's perfect. And then logistics, we can do this. Oh, yeah, that kind of sucks. You can't do that because it's right on the edge. I'm sure you can't do this one either. Well, there goes that idea. It's okay. We can just do it like this. Looks like it's a half an edge. That's straight. Actually, it's right here. Paint this one crude, so black. And then we'll put the water right next to it. And then bauxite. None of those are working. We'll do it like this. Which line is it on? It's on this one right here, so we go over to... Yeah, we could have used a little bit more vertical space here, so... No problem. We can do that. Oh, I didn't save it under the right name. It's this one here. Really? Well... Wow, you can create a blueprint that you can't load? I mean, it looks like it should load. Well, it's kind of a good thing that I didn't save it over that other one then, huh? Go back here. There we go. So we did 3 last time, so let's do, I don't know, 5 maybe. And I'm not going to put those inputs right on the edge like I did last time. That clearly is not working. We can go here. And then we'll put the conveyor wall hole. Can we not? We have to put that on a wall. Let's get rid of this. Do pipeline. Go half. Okay, that looks good. And then we'll put black, blue, and yeah, whatever. Okay, none of those are any good, so we'll do it like this. Oh, that actually... no, that does not work. I think that's right. Oh, one too many. Or two too many. Well, not much is going to work there, huh? All right, let's move on. We'll come back to that in a minute. Oh, this is bauxite in. Yeah, we actually, this order's going to be all messed up anyway, so we'll do the bauxite first, and then we'll make the water go around it. Maybe we need to go up one more. What did we do? 5 that time? What are we doing for headroom? We're getting close. Didn't it snap? What if we try it like this? It's off by one. That's probably why it's not snapping. Or is it off by half? Oh, hey. We got music. Did I place it down? I must have placed it down, yeah. Perfect. Eventually got what I wanted. This is bauxite, and so we'll just do I should have turned this. Oh, come on. Okay, that looks like that's finally usable. Maybe this will be easier now that we raised it up one. Go back to straight mode. There we go. Nice. Water. Okay. Now this crude. Oh, it's off by half, that's why. I mean, it's better to be a little bit ugly down here than up there. Okay. And we'll paint this also. Oh, no, wait, that's the wrong color for that. This is, can't paint this. Yeah, it's bauxite. We're gonna use this brown color here. Okay, I think this looks pretty good down here. Now we do need to do this. And this is gonna clip. Doesn't have to clip, we could go around this way. Where's our input? It's over here. Wow. It didn't clip, and we didn't even have to put any additional belts, just the single belt. Okay. All right, looks good. We're almost there, huh? So we got crude coming in. Coke going out, coke going in over here, water coming in, bauxite coming in. One thing we need to deal with is the excess water. And we're going to deal with that just by ignoring it for the moment. Please. Oh, yeah. That's clean. Yeah. Good enough. All right, let's put some signs on here so we know exactly what we need. Crude is 9.75 in. Oh, we don't have polymer resin output. We still need that. Is that this one here? Now we need a floor hole for this. We could go down one more. We're going through the pipe, but no, we need to go down two more, or three more, I guess. Well, we almost made it through the whole thing with that clipping. Oh, I got the wrong one. There we go. Didn't even clip. We're using this. That's the wrong side. Well, it was beautiful while it lasted. Really need to come out here. Oh, we already had it plumbed. At least we don't have to do all those gymnastics this time. It's nice and straight. Okay, everything is plumbed, wired, configured. Let's save this. Electrode scrap. Cool, it loaded. Okay, now we need to test it. And since this thing is working so perfectly, I don't want to interrupt it. Let's just check, see if this is still at 100%. And it is, so I'm definitely not going to touch this thing. Everything's working perfectly, so don't tempt the fates. We're going to leave this running anyway because we have that one pure node and it's working, and now what we need to do is go figure out where we're going to go test this. Before we do that, we might go back to the base and we have a bunch of Mercer spheres. It would be good to upgrade our... Well, let's just check. What does this thing take? Here, let's just add a bunch. We'll take this with us. A little bit of pipes, a little bit of motors, and some sheets. We don't really need all of that stuff. We're still gonna upgrade our depot a little bit. Maybe do one speed and one stack. We need some fluctuators. This is stack size. This is speed. This one costs 13. We'll do one of these.
Dimensional upload speed increased. The dimensional shift now no longer cares how complex the components of the original part are, and will save each part as a single collection of particles that can be instanced easily.
Grow shift the body chord flow cycle song of the 5-layered shallow state.
I'm working on it, but are you saying there is another layer? Is it a sensor limitation?
Deepen.
Helpful.
Alright, we'll do one more. So this will take
Dimensional
13 and we have
expansion
30.
increased to 300%. New understanding of matter manipulation technology allows the dimensional storage to deconstruct all matter to the subatomic level, storing its elementary particles until the part is recalled.
You are digging into deeper layers. Shallow matter contains window symphonies and void songs and deep echoes.
It is fascinating what one can find out simply by looking closer.
Should we do one more? We have 13 and we have 37 actually. So yeah, why not? Let's do it. That way we got 4 stacks and how much more does it cost us? 23.
Dimensional expansion increased to 400%. Parts can now be stored as elementary particles in a hyperdense deconfined state. Normally I'd explain the basic science, but I don't think this one can be simplified enough for you to understand.
We composed a growth song, but you composed a shrink song, so we remain silent. The dance of your bones and organs and veins amuses us.
We should
I
do this.
understand. Seeing the pioneer perform tasks also amuses me.
Let's crank up the speed one more time. How much did we need? We have 2 stacks. Okay, so we maxed out our speed and we can do one more stack size, but we don't have enough.
Dimensional upload speed increased. Every particle now has encoded potential reconstruction memory for when any part using that particle is recalled, enabling instancing on the fundamental particle level.
You grow shifted the body chord flow cycle song of the 6th layer. Harmonious. Your cycle songs will only deepen the layers.
I'm always working on myself.
Hey,
the
brother.
time will come.
Okay, now we just need to figure out where. We have a bauxite node here. We got one here. We have power out here. Oh yeah, this is actually right by. I didn't realize there was another node right there. And we can use that impure crude node too. We've got plenty of crude on there. Let's Is that it right there? Okay. How much do we need? 97 and then 97 water. Oh, water's going to be a little bit of an issue, huh? We can't really get any more. Well, let me see. Can we get 97 more here? I don't think so. We can only get 300, and yeah, that's not going to be enough. So we have this here. There's plenty of water. It's a normal. Normal, I think we can get 600. But we need crude. And we have crude there, which is a normal. I think we might be using all of that. Crude also. What's over here? Oh, we got a hit. And we do have power over here, so we can just run our power from there up to there. And there's plenty of water out there. So we got all the ingredients that we need. But we do need to drag our power out. And the nearest power is like right down here somewhere. Looks clear. So we have power right here. Okay, so we need bauxite and crude out here somewhere. Meters. Is it this little splotch here? Okay. And where's the bauxite? Seemed close on the map, but it's a little ways away. Okay, here's our bauxite, and this is a normal. Impure. This one is pure. Where is it? Oh, it's all the way over there. Well, we just need to test it, so this is good enough. I think we can get water here. Yep. And then we need a blueprint. Then we need to get that crude over here, and we need some power still. And our power's right there. Oh wait, we got power up here actually. And we'll just max this guy out. Gets us 150. That's enough for like 1,500 ingots. This is just for a test. We don't really care about this pipeline. Just need the components to test our blueprint. So this is crude. Come on. We got our water over here. And then our bauxite. We just need one of these. That's fine. And power. Okay, it's right there. All right. Everything should be on. 60 per minute. And then crude. We getting any crude yet? Yep, we're getting crude. We need a pump. Oops. All right. We got to do something with the polymer, and we're gonna have to do something with the water. Here, let's just see how we're doing on water. Getting a little bit, but probably need a pump on this too. There we go. So we want to deal with the... We need to deal with the water. We'll just put a big industrial fluid buffer on that for the moment. And then we need to deal with this as well. So let's put a sink. All right. And then also we need to deal with the output. Oh, we need another, this guy right here. I'll just put a merger on this. And we want to put a throughput monitor. All right. So what's the number we're supposed to get? 117, I think? 195. Supposed to be getting 195. All right, I'm gonna take a break for a moment, and we'll come back, and we'll see what this thing looks like. All right. Numbers looking pretty good. I think 195 is what we're supposed to have, so. $68.25. It would be good if we could get the recycling to work. $97.5 per minute, and this guy can make 150. So, actually, if we put the Mark III on there, we could get it up to 300, and then we could actually do 3 of these on this node if we have enough oil. How much oil do we need? We don't. Yeah, we got plenty of oil. That would just be 30. Let's do that. So that can get 300, so that's enough for 3 nodes. And oil is good. Water, we have plenty. Okay. Where should we build it? We don't want to be that high because we're going to have to pump, but we're going to pump anyway, so. Oh. Where does it do that? I kind of want to see if we can get that thing to balance. Let's play with that for a little bit. We don't have to deal with the output. So we need 97.5. And we got 68.25. 97.5 minus 68.25 is 29.25. And the valve on here. I mean, we probably want to put a pump on this. I don't want to. I want to just save this under a different name. What? Wrong one? This one here. So that through hole is causing us problem? No, it's still not working. Um, Okay, well, this is a bit of a failure, so let's just try something else. The original actually was working fine. So this time we're gonna do this is the wrong one. Probably screwed that all up, didn't I? What happened to my power? Can you limit how many items you can store in your PDIM? Like concrete can only use 4 slots. You mean the depot? Is that what you're referring to? Emperor Ice Penguin? Yeah, you actually have to upgrade it in order for it to hold more. So I actually did just upgrade right before I came out here. I only had 2 stacks worth, and I upgraded it to 4 stacks, and I also upgraded the upload speed. So it costs Mercer spheres to get yourself more stacks. And more stacks and more speed are definitely handy, especially when you're like right now. I came out here to build this. Really just came out to test this blueprint because I didn't have any more bauxite back at my base. So I upgraded my stack size to 4 just so that I could have more items in there. When you're building remotely, it can be, especially if you're building a really big project, it can be super tedious. Like I built I have a 144 gigawatt power factory, and it has 288 generators in it. And when I built that, I brought most of the materials out because building that through the depot would have been very tedious. I think I had like 60 items per minute upload and like 1 or 2 stack size at that point. Yeah, so it's limited by default. You actually want to expand it. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. I guess I need to hook up the outputs. We got bauxite going in. Water's full again. Oh, that's good. Put this one here, and we'll put this one here. What? Really? Oh, I can probably just change my mode. This guy is not connected. We're probably feeding way too much water in. So let's see, what was the number? We need 29.25. So there's a couple ways we can do this. We have a valve, or no, we got rid of the valve. Let's try it with the valve first. Put the valve on. Yeah, so it can store every single item in the game. You don't have to pay for those or anything. So like once you get there's one upgrade that allows you to upload from your inventory. So where is this? Alien technology. I think it's this one right here. No, which one is it? Oh, it's this one right here. So manual depot uploader. Once you've turned this on, then you can upload. If you've got this on, and yeah, I know, I already researched it. So this gives you the dimensional depot in the first place, but then you only can store 1 stack per item. And I think it's like 30 is your upload speed or something like that. But you can, once you unlock this, you can store a stack of everything in the game just by going to your inventory and, you know, dragging the stack over to here. But if you want to have more stacks, then you have to upgrade these ones over here. So this first one gives you 2 stacks and then 3 stacks, and I'm right here with 4 stacks. So the depot can hold 4 stacks of every item. Yeah, so it does, the number of stacks or the number of items is always all of them. And it's just how many stacks of each item is what you have to upgrade. And then the upload speed is also important. Early in the game, I like to increase my upload speed more than my stack size. I only need 1 more until it's fully maxed out at 5 stacks and 240 per minute. But I ran out of Mercer spheres, so. Yeah, so this is not working. I need. So what was my number I wanted? 2925. Let's try that. 29.25. 29.2. So yeah, maybe the valve is not the right way to do this. No problem, man. Because it didn't let me specify all the way down to the 0.25. Instead of doing what I'm doing here, the easiest thing to do is to make something out of the water that's coming out of your aluminum scrap, like wet concrete recipe or a pure iron ingot recipe. And then just sink those. And that way you don't have to worry about this balancing process that I'm going through right now. I'm really trying to balance this blueprint so that it basically just needs, you know, part of the amount of water and then it's totally self-sustaining. The factory that I built yesterday, it's the same recipes as this. But it took me quite a while to get the balance to work. But now what I'm trying to do is see if I can make a blueprint that basically is very easy to balance. And so I can scale that up a lot easier. And this actually looks like it's working right now. You want this to be empty. And when it gets up to like 45, that's when it locks the whole system. If it's just this easy, then that will be great. Is this what I have over here? I do. Yeah, I just don't have the valve. It's the only thing that's missing over here. So let's put the valve on this. I've wrestled with this problem many times, and I don't have a lot of confidence that this is going to be the last time. So what was it? 29.25? Get the paint brush out. And then if that's the case, we can just get rid of this floor hole here. I'm gonna leave it there for now. And it doesn't use, it's not using a pump now, which is nice. Yeah, this is working well. I'm very happy here. Let's get a throughput monitor on the output. This is the one that we care about. So it should be 195, I believe. Yeah, 195 per minute. Wow, I'm really excited about how this water is looking. This is nice. If this works, this will be amazing. And yeah. All right, I gotta take another quick break. Be right back. Okay. Yeah, wow. The water is looking really, really good right now. Let's go look at this guy and make sure. Yeah, he's got 50. That's exactly what we want to see. Alumina solution is at 31 here and 50 here. So this is a little bit high, but as long as it doesn't block, we're fine. I think we may have solved it. Let's see our number here. This should be 195. It's close enough. Okay, so how much water are we taking? This guy right here needs 97.5 each. So we can use one extractor to run 3 of these. Let's go ahead and delete these 2. And did I save this? I think that's everything. One other thing we'd like to do is bring this output down. Let's do that real quick. And we like to do unpainted for this. And I'm gonna delete this whole. Put another one of these in. And yeah, it's gonna clip, but I don't care right now. Okay. I'm just kind of in disbelief right now that it's actually working, so that's why I keep going over there to check it. All right, let's save this and then we'll build 2 more and see. Because if this works, it'll be the fastest aluminum factory you can build. I'm gonna delete this one too. What? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna just don't really care about how this thing looks right now. We're still in testing mode. No. That's probably going to screw everything up. It says crude oil right there. That's all right. Let's just do the fastest way to solve that problem. Blueprints are almost half of the value of blueprints is being able to delete them fast, not just create them fast. We don't want curve for this. Curve is hard to put splitters on. But it looks nice. Okay. And we're going to need to get rid of those outputs. Nice. I failed twice in a row. Good job. Let's make sure we got enough water. We'll just crank this up to 300. Get rid of this. And we need 300 of this also. We're good. No power. Okay, everybody should wake up at once. Crude is going at 100%. Should probably check how much crude we're getting. Pipe looks full. We just need 30. We're getting 150, so we're good. Okay. Okay, this guy's running at 100%. This guy's at 100%. Wow. 96. Oh. We gotta make sure that we're getting rid of everything. Where's the polymer coming out? Right, it's coming out of this thing. I love it. It appears to be doing what we want it to do. No water backup. This one? Just this little bitty valve did the trick. This guy's running at 98. Maybe that might be 96. I don't know. That's actually, it could just been that backup that I just cleared. But it could also be because of the valve. I don't know. Maybe. Well, this is very exciting. How much are we doing? We should be doing, yeah, we should be under a belt, but we're merging all these belts here. Now we need to convert these into ingots. We don't really have a great blueprint for that either. So this is no longer the test. We're going to go ahead and save it as the real thing. But let's let it run for just for a little bit. And so this is the one that I made yesterday, and it's has been running really well. Let's check and see if it's at 100%. It was at 100% when I started the game earlier today. So this is the one that's been finicky for me. So if this one is good, then we're probably good. Yeah, look at that, 100% and very little water. I just kept pulling water out until it got balanced. But this one's a little bit more complicated. It took a lot longer to put together. And plus it's using pumps, and the new one doesn't use any pumps at all. But I did just basically take these 3 machines and then 2 of those machines and put it in that one blueprint. This one is working and it's perfectly balanced right now, so I'm not going to touch it. It's at 780. That's the maximum I can carry on my belt. And these smelters are running at, this one should be 100, 100, and then down here these should be 100 as well. And they are. So yeah, this whole thing is running perfectly balanced as far as I can tell. So I'm not going to touch it. This aluminum factory, the funny thing here is that it runs off of a single water extractor. It's over here in the woods in this tiny little puddle. And it's making 780 ingots per minute. Let's go back out here. But I was just checking the numbers last night for the factories that we want to build, and that 780 ingots is not enough. We need at least double that. But this is going to help us just be able to go out into the world. There's a bunch of, like, this one is, I think this is an impure. Yeah, it's an impure node. And we're getting basically 600 ingots off of it. You need a little bit of crude, so we're only using 30 crude and 300 bauxite and 300 water. So just a single extractor. And let's check the numbers. 99% now. This one's at 100. This one's at 100. It's great. It's a much simpler setup than the one that I did yesterday. So I can go plop this down in, 15 minutes compared to, I think it was about a 3-hour build for the other one. Obviously, we got to get the resources, but now we need to do the smelters for the output. So it's 195 each. Let's just put one down and see what the numbers are. We're doing the pure aluminum ingot recipe. And it's 60 per minute input. So 195 divided by 60. So 3.25. And so we're doing 3, so we'll multiply that by 3 here. So 9.75, and hey, actually, we have a 10 smelter setup. Where's this? Generic? 10 smelters. We can put this thing down and smelt up this. What did it say? Shared output? A little bit of a mess. Maybe I should just clear this out. We'll put it over here. Blueprints. This is all test stuff, so I don't really care how things look right now. We'll get them cleaned up, and we'll build the real thing here in a little bit. But we should be able to just make a little change here. And then we need another merger. Connect this back up. Oh, wait. Got them mixed. Make sure there's none on this belt. Okay, it looks clean. And then we can get this guy back in here. Make sure these are not mixed. Okay, that looks fine. Put a splitter on this. These are not connected, or are they? Yeah, they are connected. Need to change the recipe. I'll just run them into another sink. There we go. Okay. So there's our ingots. Oh, these are clock speed 90. $9.75, and we've got 10. 9.75 divided by 10 is 975. So these should all be clock speed 97.5. And we should be at almost 600. What's the deal? Do I not have enough? $295 is what we should be making. 292.5? Is my math not correct here? Actually, it's 195 times 3 divided by 2. 292.5 is what it should be. I think that's correct. So these are making 195. There's 3. And this is a 2-to-1. So 585 in and 292.5 out. And I'm pretty sure it's just because we don't have enough scrap. They're looking pretty good. And the belt's full. Oh, I see what the problem is. This is an old blueprint. Its belts are too slow. Let's fix that. Generic. Shared 10. Wrong blueprint designer. Okay, and this one, first let's upgrade the belts. I'm out of range. Okay. These ones don't really matter, but I'll do it anyway. And recipe 97.5. And let's paint them. Or unpaint them, as the case may be. And then we'll do chrome for the output. Okay, I think we got them all. And we're going to change this. So this is 2925 times 10. 292.5. 292.5. These are pure aluminum ingots, because that's the recipe we're using. And we'll put it into the modular factories aluminum folder. Okay. A little bit too close. Come on. What? Guess this guy didn't get power. And this guy lost power. That's the problem with daisy chaining. You delete the building and the next factory that you had daisy chained off of it no longer has power. All right, let's go see. We did let it back up a little bit, so that's at 100%. Dang, bro. This is tight. This is my favorite blueprint of all time. I'm very excited by this one. It solves the infamous recycled water problem. Basically, no, futzing around. Just plug it in and turn it on and it works. Very excited. And so we need one of these and 3 of these. And an impure bauxite node starts kicking out 585 ingots. Very exciting. And we need 30 crude. That's it. Not even 30, but it's for crude, we're looking at 975. So everything is 97.5 in this build. Lots of 97.5s. This guy's making, well, 97.5 times 2. Here's taking 97.5 on the bauxite and the water. So well, this is very exciting. Yeah, actually, let's fix that build. There's a couple of small things in that blueprint that are still not correct. The main thing is that this guy needs to be powered, and then we missed painting this one. Or we missed unpainting it. Anything else is looking good. Save it. Well, we need to build a train and turn these things into casings. Not sure how much of that we're going to get to on this stream, but we'll take another short break and then I'll come back and we'll decide what to do next. All right. This is very exciting. Kind of weird to be so excited about a blueprint, but you know, that's the way it is. And plus, look at this beautiful spaghetti I got to make. Delicious. All right, what should we do next? We did save this. So the main thing in this stream here is, here, let's look at the, let's look at the modeler for a second. So this is just a bunch of stuff for aluminum, but if we look at, where is it in here? Yeah, so this is what we want to do for our phase 4. Our goals are 7.5 turbo motors, 7.5 supercomputers, and 7.5 fused modular frames. We're currently making 780 ingots. Well, now we're making more because we just put another 600 on. Still not quite enough, but basically I'm looking at this plan and seeing what we're missing. And what we're missing is another 700 and some ingots. So now we basically solved that problem. We just need to go plop down a couple of these blueprints. Another thing that we're missing is we're currently making 450 rubber on the whole map. So we need to make more rubber. And then we're making 25 motors, so we're a little bit short there. Oh yeah, another thing that is... Oh yeah, this one right here. This is our nitrogen. I have 1,200 easily available, but we need 1,312, so we got to do something about the nitrogen. So we mostly covered this. I mean, obviously still got to go around and place these down and put trains in to get the parts that we need where we need them. I think it's really loud. Get a little ways away from that. And let's just go check our numbers here again. I'm very surprised that this thing is just running at 100% and no water buildup. Amazing. Same thing here. Okay, cool. That's awesome. So here's our aluminum train there. So the fused modular frames we're going to make over at the modular frame factory, which is right there. And there's enough ingots there to do that right now. What were we missing for that? Casings. Needs 375 casings. And 375 casings. If we do the all-clad recipe, that means 500 ingots. We actually have enough ingots to do that right now. How many machines is that going to be? That's 5 blenders. Pretty much nothing. Oops. I mean, I don't really need this runway. I So we're making 20 modular frames. And we only need 7.5 for this. I was looking at the modeler and flew past where I needed to go. So yeah, this one right here is making 20 modular frames. We can add on to this train station. I didn't really give myself very much room on this train station, did I? There might be room to put it here, actually. We can move this forward. Because we need the alclad case, or we need the casings here. We definitely have room to put it forward. There's really nothing going on with this train station. There's no dependencies on the heavy modular frames at the moment. And our nitrogen is down here. I think that's it right there. Oh yeah, we actually do have our little mini fused modular factory that I put up here just so I could get enough fused modular frames to make Mark III miners. Is there anything in here? A little bit. We ran out of casings, I guess. Yeah, we need 50. There's 49 in there. But we have plenty of fused modular frames now for our Mark III miner. So you can see we have tons of nitrogen available here. And how much do we need for this? 187, so that's nothing. $187. I think you can probably get that just from a normal. This is here, and then this is an impure, supplementing our rocket fuel factory down there. Well, I think we're going to just end the stream. Don't really want to start any big projects right now. Did have had a great stream. Got that one super important blueprint working. And that's going to solve all of our aluminum issues. And now we just need to go and plop it down on the map in a couple of different spots. And then set up some trains so we can get the aluminum. We do need sheets, and well, I don't know. Let me see. Do we need sheets? It really depends on the recipes. So yeah, actually, the way I have it set up currently, there are no sheets involved. We're using casings for the heat sinks, and then we're using casings for the heavy modular, or the heavy fused modular frames, I guess they're called. We're using casings for the radio control units. We need to make another crystal oscillator factory because we're making 15 right now, but wait, how many are we making? Let's look. Crystal oscillators. I guess that's under computers. Yeah, we're just making 15 right now. I guess it's in here. Yeah, so we need 15 more. We have a blueprint for that. That blueprint needs to be updated. Let's go look at it real quick. Oh, here, this one will get us there. So here's our train bringing casings to the computer factory down here. This is where we're going to be making our radio control units. And we have these. How many is it? 8 times 4? 8 times 3? 8 times 4. So we have 32 manufacturers that are making our 15. These are underclocked or what? Wait. Maybe we have more than I thought. Oh, no. I see. It's just the top floor that has manufacturers. So it's just 16. 16 times 1.875. $30. Actually. No, it's not 16. It's 8. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It's 15. And this is actually not too bad. Unfortunately, in order to set up another one, we have to do a bunch of plumbing. So we probably want, I wonder how much room we have. We might have some room that we could help simplify that plumbing, because setting these up is kind of tedious also. Oh, I didn't really need to go that far, did I? Didn't need to go into the low Earth orbit. Just gonna use this blueprint. No power. Yeah, I deleted a bunch of test stuff, and apparently I deleted my power. Okay, we got power there. Should be able to fly now. Okay. Let's clear this and we'll load the crystal oscillator blueprint. I think this is the one. Yeah, we have plenty of headroom. We could move this up and simplify our inputs. So currently the inputs are all like right here. So it makes it harder to scale it up. It would be better if we could just put multiple of these down next to each other and auto connect them, and then it's super easy to add another factory. But the way it is now, I've got to go and do a whole bunch of plumbing for each one that I want to put down. It's a little bit annoying. But we're not going to do that right now. Let's go ahead and clear this. I think I have a hyper tube cannon around here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, so this was my testing area for trains. Pretty much have our train system figured out now. Well, I think that's actually going to do it for the stream. Really appreciate everybody swinging by and chatting, and appreciate the subs and likes. It looks like we got another sub at least on stream today. That's great. And I'm streaming every day, so hit the bell if you want to be notified when I'm online. Probably stream again this afternoon. We usually stream early in the morning on West Coast time, and then sometimes I stream in the afternoon as well. And so I think I'll probably do that today, but I'm going to take a little break now, and then we'll be back later today. Thank you everybody for swinging by again, and have a good day. Bye-bye.